Lights are out, system down, and trying to pay rent. I gotta work it out, but it ain't that easy. Work 9 to 5, can't sleep at night, my money's all spent. I do anything to not go crazy. Whoa, miss the days when I was 18. Whoa, wish that I could turn back time. Whoa, take me back, please someone save me, 'cause I'm not that good at real life. Oh, take me back in time. I'm not that for real life. Lights are out, system down, and trying to pay rent. I gotta work it out, but it ain't that easy. Work 9 to 5, can't sleep at night, my money's all spent. I do anything to not go crazy. Whoa, miss the days when I was 18. Whoa, wish that I could turn back time. Whoa, take me back, please someone save me, 'cause I'm not that good at real life. Work 9 to 5,
Egyptians understood it.
oh, take me back in time. I'm not that for real life. Nine to 5, can't sleep at night, my money's all spent. I do anything to not go crazy. Whoa, miss the days when I was 18. Whoa, wish that I could turn back time. Whoa, take me back, please someone save me, 'cause I'm not that good at real life. Oh, take me back in time. I'm not that for real life.
All right. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? We are live on YouTube. Let me cut over to the YouTube page. Make sure I just put the link over on the Intuitive Prospector page. So let me get set up here. Bear with me, all. This is only the second time that we've cut over to YouTube. Welcome to the Thankful Cafe. Gonna grab that link there. Let me see if I can see the chat board. I can see the chat board. Okay, so we've got 6 people watching, got a couple likes coming in. Awesome, 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 awesome. Let's see here. Let's put in, eventually I will figure out how to do the whole stars thing. Good morning, Christina. How are you? Let me, bear with me. Let's do something fun, working with the emojis here. Let me know if you can, I don't know, let's do a monkey with a, why not? Okay. All right, so we'll have more people get on. Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Yes, so abide by our community guidelines, please. That would be fantastic. Let me head over to the other pages on Facebook, because a lot of people are used to me being on Facebook for the after show, and I'm kind of done. I'm done with Facebook. So let's see here. So good morning to my team. I'll pull a card for you all here in just a second. Let's see, did that share over or not? Does not look like it did. So we'll put the link in here. YouTube. Eventually I'll get this down. So thank you for your patience. I do all my own work, so feeling inspired. Okay, so we'll post that. Okay, so I think we've got that there. All right. Okay, so let me head back over here to YouTube. So you have to have, there's a little bit of a delay on the YouTube side, but you have to sign into YouTube to participate in the chat function. You don't have to have a YouTube channel. You just have to sign into YouTube. So we're going to give it just a second for people to cut over, see who's here with us. So I see, as of right now in the chat board, I see there's Colleen, and Colleen, you have a wrench, so you should be good to go. Hi, Lamili. If you have a username, try to tell me who you are, because sometimes I may not know the username. Your username is your YouTube username. So go ahead and just, say good morning, grab your coffee, grab your tea. I got 2 cups of coffee this morning from the resort I stayed at in San Diego this weekend, the Bahia Resort Hotel. And then we went and visited the Del in Coronado, which is a very iconic historical hotel. So we're having 2 cups of coffee this morning in the Thankful Cafe. Eventually, I will get better at YouTube with stars. I just have not figured out how to set that up. Again, make sure to start subscribing to the Soul Adventures YouTube page, because this is where I'll be doing my readings. I'm leaving Facebook, except for right now, the Metaphysical Mocha Mondays, but I'm doing more on Clubhouse, TikTok Live, YouTube, and then of course my podcast, Inspired Living, which is now ranked number 23 for most inspirational podcasts to listen to in 2022. And we've moved up 2 spaces from last year, from 25 to 23, and we hope to keep moving up. And you can catch that podcast on any of your favorite podcasting platforms. 7 years of podcasting with many different amazing people that have come onto the show. I get a lot of requests to come onto the show, just so you know. And inspirational, educational, knowledgeable, wisdom, spiritual, mediumship, psychic, amazing teachers, tutors, you name it. So good morning to Reg. You made it. Okay, you both have, so Colleen and Reg, you both have wrenches. So that means that you should be able to help monitor the page. If not, let me know. We've got 9 people watching. Good morning to Gabriel. Let me see if I can set up Gabriel as a moderator. So since Gabriel's made it over, so he's now a moderator for the channel. So Gabriel, you should see a little wrench come up. If you don't have to, if you don't want to, just let me know. So again, if your username is showing in the chat board, I'm going to minimize my zoom now. I'm going to keep it very small, just for the fact that it helps me for camera placement and microphone placement, like where am I putting my cards. And what I am going to do is I'm going to put the join Zoom meeting in. If you want to come in by number or by video, I'm testing this out here. I will put this in the YouTube chat board here. And let's see how that looks. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put it in the chat board. Maybe it doesn't want to do it. Oh, I'm over. You can only have 200 characters. So let me take those out. Delete. Okay, there we go. That should work now. Okay, so in the chat board, if you've signed into your YouTube channel, we have 10 people watching now, so we're going to increase that number. Let's see if we can set the intent for, I don't know, 20 people today. That way I know that people are making it over to the YouTube side as I slowly migrate away from Facebook, because Facebook doesn't want to validate my page, and they just get fraudulent fake people trying to get fake readings and make money and spam, and it's just so I'll keep asking Facebook, but I'm looking for that little blue check mark on the Intuitive Prospector page for both Facebook and my Instagram, so people know it's me and I'm not being fraudulent or fake. So until then, I've migrated over for the readings to do it here on YouTube. And everybody, I got some feedback. Everybody said they seem to like it more on YouTube versus Facebook. So, okay. So let me kind of recap here. If you want to come into the Zoom room and have a conversation, we can do that. You click on the link. So it looks like the link is active in the chat board. Good morning to Misty. Good to see you. Okay, I'm finally here and up and getting a mug of coffee made. Yep, grab your coffee, grab your tea. I think it's live for you. For everybody watching on YouTube, I believe it's live. On my end, there is a little bit of a delay, so I apologize for that. So I'm going to hold the coffee cup up. I think I counted on my side, there's about a 60-second delay. So I held the coffee cup up, and then I'm watching it over on YouTube to see about 60 seconds. So again, if your username is different than, if your YouTube username is different than your name, please let me know your name so I can give you a shout out. Today it's the Thankful Cafe because I'm very thankful for all the birthday wishes, the trip that was planned for me. It was a surprise trip to San Diego. The gifts that I've received, including this beautiful necklace and bracelet from Christina, who does awesome work. So make sure to check her out. Here's her Christina Bella at Etsy, and then she's also on Instagram. Lots of crystals, and she puts a lot of love into her work, and she's just an amazing human being. She sent me this and a couple other things. So thank you. So today's the Thankful Cafe. So if you have a request, we're on YouTube Live, slowly figuring out what we're doing here, kind of migrating away from Facebook because Facebook just has a lot of trolls, bots, clickbaiters, algorithms. It's just BS. YouTube has really cleaned their act up. So make sure to subscribe. We're up to 13 now, so we are getting there. 14 watching now. Awesome. We've got a couple moderators on the page for my team that has a little wrench next to it, so they are able to monitor the page and keep track of any nefarious activities or anything that's going on. Eventually, I will learn to set up stars like I did on Facebook. So if you want to do a donation, great. If not, you don't have to. It's to supplement my coffee fund. Okay. So if you have a request, go ahead and put it in the chat board. If you want to come into the Zoom room, that link is in the chat board now. So you can just click right on the Zoom link. And let's see what we have here. So again, if your name is coming up different, if your username on YouTube is coming up different, put your real name so I can give you a shout out. Okay, so just kind of recapping. Good morning to Christina. Again, thank you. I absolutely love it, honestly. It was a little tight, but I make it work, and I know it'll stretch out with the material, but I did make it work, and I love it. So thank you so much. And let's see here. Lamelli says, hi, it's Lucy. Oh, can you please read me a card and job, including financial? Hope you're having a wonderful morning. I am. Welcome to the Thankful Cafe this morning. I change the name every week depending on what we're focused in on and what we're prospecting for. Sometimes it's the Compassion Cafe, the Healing Cafe. I'll eventually figure out the acoustics for sound bass. I got all my sound bass stuff now. I got bells, chimes. I've got my new chime here. Let me know if you can hear it. So I'm going to be working on some sound baths and meditations. So Lucy, let's get you a card. Which Lucy is that? Is that Lucy from Canada, Lucy? Or I can't see your picture. If I click on your picture, I know a couple Lucys. So let's get you. Can you please read me a card, love, and job? Let's work on one because those are two different. Let's go with the financial. For you, for Lucy. So I've got your card here, but before I do that, before I do your card, I have to pick my team's card, and I have to pick a card for myself because that's kind of how that's how we're supposed to do it. Back on Facebook, I used to be able to see top fans. I used to be able to see who was a contributor, YouTube, but we'll just have to build that from the ground up. Okay, so let's go with my team first. For my team this morning, I'm going to pull a crystal card for y'all. So let me move my cameras over. Here's the card itself. And this is fluorite. So this is when to use is when you want to take on an uninterrupted 20 minutes to meditate, an hour to finish a book, or lifetime to concentrate on your unique calling here on earth. Sharpen your focus. So this is fluorite. This is for my team, my moderators of the page, who help me every week. They volunteer their time. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Sharpen your focus with fluorite. Kind of looks like this, but this stone actually that I'm wearing today, I have it here. It is emerald calcite. So this is emerald calcite, but they kind of look the same. But this is fluorite that we're working with today. So again, use fluorite. It's that green, deep purple, greens. Anybody that's just distracted, and we're all distracted by life. Anyone with a vision, we're sticking to it. Get this stone. So my team, I know you all have a vision. Start working with it. So that's for my team. For me, last week, the card that I picked last week, I think I'm gonna just use it again. I'm at peace with my age. I'm at peace with my age because I turned the big 50. Today is the Thankful Cafe because I'm just thanking everybody for all the birthday wishes and the celebration, and family that I saw and friends that came with me, and my wife for setting up an amazing surprise birthday for me in the beautiful San Diego. So we're getting a couple people. Okay, Lucy Lamelli in California. Okay, Lucy, I wanted to make clear because again, the names are a little bit different. So thank you for subscribing. Awesome. If you want to share out, that's awesome. Hi, Adriana. Good to see you here. All right, let me scroll back up here. Again, the Zoom room is open. If you want to come in and have a chat with me, please do. We tested it last week. The sound acoustics, everything seemed to be working just fine. We've moved from Facebook to YouTube because Facebook is just being junky. Let's see here. So let's get to Lucy. So we have my team. Got my card. I'm at peace with my age. Now, the card that I picked for you, Lucy, from California, this is a 1 card. This is the base chakra. And the base chakra, believe it or not, is about finances. It's about that foundational base. So who we are, our finances, our sexuality. The base chakra, a really good vibrational tone for the base chakra. I believe I practice Sufi tradition of vibrational trance. So your question was based on finances and love. I'm going to try to get to everybody. So the one question per person to start, and then I'll see if I can come back. But based on finances, I truly believe in the power of manifestation. I just did a podcast on it 2 weeks ago, manifesting in the material world. The vibrational chant, I'm trying to think of my Sufi tradition, which Sufi tradition is a very ancient form of vibrational chants. And vibrations, this singing bowl is the vibrational tone of Om. The bowls behind me are the vibrational frequency, which is a healing frequency of 432. So when you hit this, that's a vibrational tone, that Om. And the Om is up here for the crown chakra. The base chakra, Lam Ram, I believe it's Lam, Lam. So what you can do is you can do a meditation or a vibrational chant. Look up vibrational things for your base chakras. The color red, you can't go wrong with the color red. So start to wear red, start to manifest, start to think about the finances of what you want your finances to be. Now, I could say, as the psychic, I never tell people what the winning lottery numbers are. The spiritual world could care less about the materials, what humans, put value in a piece of paper. We chop down a tree to turn it into paper and then to use it to exchange, things. So I go to the power of manifestation for your finances. And you could also do this with love. The color green is of the heart chakra, Lucy. So you can start to manifest the love of what kind of relationship you're looking for. Manifest that, write it down, do meditations, do mantras, do chants, do all sorts of different, there's many different things you can use to start manifesting in the material world, including love and finances. But start with the color red and get a stone that's the color red and start to manifest what you want your finances to look like. Because, doing 7 years of radio, I've interviewed people that some of the most happiest people in the world are people that don't have a lot of money, don't have a lot of things, because you end up getting things, you buy things, and then you go into debt, and those things that end up owning you, and then you have to work a job you hate to pay for the things you don't want. And at the end of the day, you don't get to take any of this with you. So you come in naked, and so shall you return, as the old proverb goes. So really think about what rich and what finances means for everybody. What does rich mean to you? It doesn't have to be a money value. And some of the most unhappiest people I know, that are rich people. So thanks for the question, Lucy, and thanks for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate you. We have 14 people watching, so awesome. If you're new to this YouTube channel, my name is Marc Lainhart, the Intuitive Prospector. This show is something I've been doing for the last couple of years on Facebook. It is the follow-up show to Metaphysical Mocha Mondays, my Monday morning inspirational show of encouragement, motivation, prospecting to find the diamond within, different topics of discussions. And I used to do the after show on Facebook, but I've started the migration over to YouTube. So if you're new, we have 15 people on board with us this morning watching. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, hit that subscribe button, or go to marklainhart.com. I'll put that link in as well. Let me pull up the marklainhart.com. If you want to get on my Patreon page, I'm going to be doing more through my Patreon prospecting page. It's a membership page. Let me grab some of those links, and then I'll get to your questions here in the chat board. Remember, if you're on the chat board, put your name, because your username on YouTube may be different than your actual name. And I want to make sure to call you by your right name and give you a shout out. So there's marklainhart.com. Let's get the Patreon page for you. We'll put the Patreon page in here. There we go. Let's put in, what else do we have? You can find me on Clubhouse, TikTok Live. Let's go to Clubhouse. Spiritually Speaking over on Clubhouse. So I'll put that link in there. What else? Insight Timer. I'm going to start working on my meditations now that I got all my sound baths all figured out. So we'll put that insight. Free meditations. Lots of great meditations, actually. So we'll put that in. But again, marklainhart.com is really the best place to go to get to any of the links. You can find my podcast on Spotify. So let's put a Spotify. My last podcast is up now on Spotify, and it should be Manifesting in the Material World with Marc Lainhart. Different topics of discussion each and every week. This week, I'll be talking about after-death communications and how the spirit world can connect with us through what we call ADCs, after-death communications. So, okay, so we've got enough links up there for everybody. Let's go to the questions board. A card for you. So, Misty, I'm down to you. Got your coffee? And Misty says, a card for me. Yeah, so Misty, what I did is I actually... let me squeeze the boxes here so I can see both cameras. I'm using last week's card because today's the Thankful Cafe, and I'm just thanking everybody for the birthday wishes, but I am at peace with my age because I was struggling about being a half century old and because I don't feel like it. So the card for you, my friend, let's go deep into the Oracle deck for you, see what we have brewing for you. Truth. The Truth card has come out for you this morning. 2 is in numerology is the Truth energy. Seek truth, find truth, know truth, learn truth, feel truth. Sometimes the truth is not easy when it's revealed. It can be a truthful moment, a learning lesson, but the truth, and be open to not respond or react, but observe and, respond or not respond. That's your greatest power, is the ability to respond or not respond. All right. So that's for Misty. Claudia says, I've got me some nice Turkish apple tea. Ooh, that sounds delicious. I know that Turkey makes some awesome teas. I've got 2 coffee cups this morning from my latest soul adventure down to San Diego, where we stayed at the Bahia. That's how I say it. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but it's a Bahia resort hotel in Mission Beach, and then over by Belmont, where the roller coaster is, and then the Hotel Del in Coronado. All right. I'm back to readings now. I have my first in-person reading, first time in 2 years. Will be here this afternoon. Okay, so Misty saying, love Turkish teas. Christina says, you're welcome. Yeah, I love the necklace. Fascinating. You, my friend, are very talented with your work. Okay, so is Clubhouse available for Android? Is it an app? It is an app. That is a great question. I don't know. So Laura, you have to sign into YouTube. That's why the chat's not coming up. So you have to sign in. So somebody sent me a message. I can't see the chat on your YouTube page. So we'll see if she can get signed in. Colleen, going back to you, Clubhouse. It does say that you can get on. I'm looking at the app right now. It says if you click that link, Colleen, that I just sent in the chat board, it does say download on the Apple Store and get it on Google Play. So it should be for the Android. So that's what I'm seeing here. And Clubhouse is a lot of fun. So hi, Nicole. She's saying yes, it is. Hi, Nancy. Good to see you, Nancy. Good morning. Happy birthday. I'd love a card. Okay, Nancy, let me get you a card here in just a second, my friend. So we've got some links in there. I will figure out how to do the whole star thing. Your crystal tower is a rainbow fluorite. Oh, okay. Thank you. So the crystal tower, it's beautiful. When the color hits it right, I turned it sideways. You can kind of see, I don't know if, I'm trying to get the sunlight to hit it because the sun was coming out, but this is a rainbow fluorite, really cool stone. So again, I love getting gifts. And Jane, if you're watching, I have not got your post from Wells yet. As soon as I do, I will give you a shout out. Good morning to Nicole. You're welcome, Lucy. Cool. Just seeing all the comments. You are saying Bahia, right? Okay. Okay. All right. So how does everything sound? Quality good, video good. We tested Zoom so people can come into the Zoom room. So I know that works. If anybody knows how to set up the stars and all the cool things that YouTube does, let me know. I'm always willing to learn that. It's just I'm so new to it. So, okay, so let's go to Nancy. Would love a card. So it looks just like a general card for you. So let's see what the general card. Let's go to my spiritual deck for you this morning. I'm going to go deep in the spiritual deck, and it's called the Wish card. So it's like a wishbone. And what it says is be careful of what you wish for. It's a 35. So a couple things on the number card as a numerologist. The 3 is about creative, expressive type of energy, artistic, music, what have you. 5 is more of freedom and love and adventure. And then the 3 and the 5 come to a number 8, which is about manifesting, business, manifesting your wants and desires. But the card here says, be careful of what you wish for. What is the true meaning of a wish? In reality, it can be something desired without consideration of the consequences of it manifesting, or just a dream from a boring life. But the true purpose and value of a wish is when in reality, it will benefit people and bring about a positive change to lives. So this is the wish card. Such considerations may be: is there room in life for fulfillment? What would need to be let go in order to make room for its manifestation to take place? Am I really ready for it? Would it be beneficial to others as its wealth is shared? So the card is about wishing, but be careful what you wish for, because people forget that you have a lot of power within you to manifest. Thoughts become words, words become actions, actions become behaviors, behaviors become habits, habits become and lead you to your destiny. And it all starts with thought. So if you're manifesting, if you're visualizing, a lot of artists, a lot of athletes, I learned about manifestation and the power of visualization all the way back in my graduate studies in sports medicine and human performance. And it's actually my graduate studies that led me to the pathway of mediumship and meditations and spirituality, because we have a lot of abilities, not just our 5 physical senses, we have our 5 spiritual senses. Clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, clairfactory, clairgustance, claircognizance, which is just a sense of knowing, if you will. So when you start to develop those, just like you developed your 5 senses, and not everybody in the physical world has all 5 senses. There's people that can't hear, there's people that can't see, there's people that can't move or feel, or are paralyzed and have no feeling. So you have the ability to develop your spiritual clairs and all the clairs I just mentioned. So be careful for what you wish for, because when you realize how much power you have, you can manifest a lot of great things. And if you're manifesting, if you're a negative mindset, you can manifest negative things. If you're manifesting, if you have a positive mindset and an inspirational mindset, like I try to do, when life is not getting me down, you can manifest those to others and to your own journey, your own soul adventure. So, all right. So I hope that card helps for you, Nancy. She's saying great. Okay. And then let's get to Adriana, who's wanting her color card here. So again, if I miss you, we're new to this in the chat board. You do have to sign into a YouTube. You have to have a YouTube account to see the chat board. So I know somebody was just asking me about, they can't see the chat board. If you click on just the YouTube, then you'll see me live here like we're doing now. But if you're not signed in, you won't see the chat board. So and that's in the chat board is how we're communicating right now. Or if you want to come into the Zoom room and we can have a conversation in the Zoom room, that link is also in the field, and any of my moderators, Colleen, Gabriel, and Reg, who are on today, can grab that link and repaste it down below if they want to. So sound is great. Okay. Hi, Kathy. So glad that helps you, Nancy, the wish card. So enjoy. Okay. So Adriana, let's get you a color card, my friend, your color card, your weekly color card for the week. And this week it is called the Sapphire. So the Sapphire is about regenerate your body. A good example is what I just did in San Diego. Went down, got in the ocean. That's a regeneration for me. Not having to be around a lot of people or do a lot of extroverted things. That's regeneration for me. Connecting to nature, just laughing, having good drinks, making s'mores. On my 50th, we sat around a fire on a beach in this resort, and they catered, brought us wood, a whole s'mores kit, and I had s'mores and a good cigar, and drank a cider out of a brown paper bag. Nothing over the top for my 50th, just very simple. So rejuvenate, revive, and use that sapphire energy. The 3 and the 8. 3 is creative, expressive energy. So this card would lead you to do some sort of creative, play a musical instrument, write a book, do something that's creative, paint something that's creative for you, Adriana. And then the 8 is manifestation. Okay, so sapphire blue. It's a beautiful color. In fact, this is the color I always turn my hot tub to. This is the color. This is the color that I want to light up my, I have a wine room. We have a wine cellar downstairs, and I want to put, right now it's a closet door, but I'm going to put a glass door, and then I'm going to light it up in this color. I love this sapphire blue, that cobalt blue, that sapphire blue. So that is for Adriana. And again, I don't have badges right now, everybody, like we had on Facebook. You had a top fan badge and a star sender. If you do decide that you want to send a donation, because I don't know how else to do this right now. Let's try this if you want. Again, you don't have to, but what I'm going to do is let me close this. What page am I signed into? Okay, I'm on my page, because Facebook now has me switched out between my personal account at Marc Lainhart and then my Intuitive Prospector page. So I'm going to go over to my Intuitive Prospector page, switch to that account. I don't know. Facebook's doing some interesting thing, y'all. So I'm going to switch over to my Intuitive Prospector Facebook account now, which is not verified, by the way. Still can't get that little blue check mark. And can you tell I'm a little bit bitter and angry? I just feel like I'm being discriminated against. I really do. The page has 36,000 followers. I've sent all my business licenses, my professional, directories, Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, and everything that they've asked for. But for the last year, they keep telling me, oh, your page, you need to keep trying. You need to keep submitting. And it's kind of frustrating, because you get a lot of fake people during my shows that want to create fake accounts, and they'll put like the Intuitive Prospector, but they'll put a dash so it looks legit, and then they'll say, oh, go over and let me get a free reading, or send money here. And it's been really, really frustrating for that. So let's try this. I'm going back, and I'll have templates set up here in the future. It'll be a little bit more smoother with YouTube as we go along and get there. So I'm going to do this, edit post, And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the tip jar, and let's, see if it works. If you want to send, a tip, a donation for the coffee fund, I'll put it here. And then eventually I will have it in some sort of template format until I figure out how to, because I know YouTube does have something. I'm just not sure. I'm not sure how it works yet. So that didn't look like it worked. Okay, so let's try it without. Let's try it with this. So I'm playing around here. We have 17 people watching now, so the numbers are going up. We're getting more people. Okay, did that work? No, it doesn't seem to come as an active hyperlink. Okay, on Facebook, those are active hyperlinks, but it does not look like it's working over here. So just something different. But I'm on Venmo, PayPal, and Apple Pay. Okay, so I thought I'd try it out. If you want to do a donation, great, because people send me stars for readings, and that's great. And then eventually I'll get there. All right, so let's catch up to your comments here. So we said good morning to Kathy. Okay, so share with us, Nicole. I know how, laugh out loud. I'm always willing to learn. Misty says, I'm having Nada Moo S'mores ice cream with my coffee as an added birthday celebration over your sacred 50. Thanks, Misty. Yeah, I had s'mores on my 50th, and they were awesome s'mores. Awesome s'mores. So again, if you want to come to the Zoom room, that link is out there. This last card was for Adriana, who is one of my top fans and has been following my page for a long time. So enjoy your color card for the week and apply it. Use application. Don't just see it. Do something with it, because again, it is a law of the universe, a law of attraction. What you put in, you get out. So Kathy says, I'm having trouble with depression, working outside a lot, so not sure why. Any thoughts? Thinking it's linked to my grandson. Yeah, Kathy, I just, as long as, the big thing is, if you're having, awareness to your depression, that's a big thing, is, what's causing the depression, anxiety. The world right now is pretty chaotic with everything going on, the uncertainty, we seem to be at a cultural war within the United States, democracy versus, fringe politics. This war in Russia and what's going on in Ukraine is just horrible. COVID is still around, y'all. We may be done with COVID. I think a lot of society is done with COVID after 2 years, but COVID is by no means done with us. But again, just, I'm not going to get into the whole vaccinated, anti-vaccination or all the conspiracy theories, but I'm vaccinated. I'm having my first in-person reading today, this afternoon. In fact, first time in 2 years. I know if I get COVID, the studies, the science, the peer reviews show me as a healthcare provider that, yeah, I may get COVID just like I would get a flu, but I'm not going to die. I'm not going to go take up a hospital bed and take it away from somebody else. I'll have to quarantine and isolate for a couple of days. May feel like, crap, but it's no different than the flu because I am vaccinated, and the vaccinations work, and science and medicine is showing that. So, there's just a lot of uncertainties that can create that anxiety and that depression. Let me see. Can I post a picture in the chat board? Anybody know? Because I don't know where my card is. I have to look for it. But there are outlets for you, Kathy. It might be linked to your grandson. If you're empathic, it's just like when you yawn, somebody else can yawn. We're all empathic beings. And your grandson, you may just have that empathy for your grandson, which is creating anxiety and depression within you. If anybody knows, let's see, I'm so not used to these icons. YouTube. I have a picture. I wonder if I can drop and drag it. Let's try this. Okay, so I've got this PDF. Does it work? I'm going to try to drop and drag it from my desktop in. No, it does not look like it works. Okay. No, it looks like there's just icons. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Okay. So yeah, I'm not sure. Hi, Jenny T. Hi, Mark. I would like a relationship card. Okay. I'll get you a relationship card. Too shy for Zoom. Okay, Claudia. No worries. No worries. I get it. Okay. But Kathy, just have awareness. Awareness is the greatest agent for change, as Eckhart Tolle reminds us. So as long as you're aware of it, keep getting out in nature, do some meditations, get some crystals to release, to move, sound bath, Maybe a Epsom salt bath is good for releasing. There's a lot of outlets. If anybody knows how to, if any of my moderators know how to paste a picture in, let me know, because a lot of times I was able to, put a picture into the chat board. But well, let's try this. I got another idea. Hold on. I got an idea. Let's do, if I share my screen. So if I share my screen, files, advanced, basic, and I pull up where's the desktop? I'm playing around here, so bear with me. Let's do desktop 1, share. And if I minimize this and I maximize this, let me see if I can maximize. Let me know if this works. So this is what I always share. I want to see if I can see it on my phone. Maybe we can try it that way. Again, trying new things, y'all. So appreciate your patience. Let me go over to YouTube. And let's see if that's showing up. So I'm sharing my screen via Zoom, which should be broadcasting out through YouTube. So we'll click over here. We'll go to the Thankful Cafe, and it'll tell me it's showing. Okay, so there's a little box of me up in the right-hand corner that I can see. Okay, so if we maximize this and just cover that, that should work, and everybody should be able to see that. So here's the cool thing about what I love about Zoom. I'm just looking at the YouTube video. See how far behind I am. If I click on this, everybody should be seeing this real time. Click on, oh, that must be too. So suicide warning signs, not to say, Kathy, it's suicide, but depression, anxiety can lead to suicide. So I just wanted to try this and see if it worked. Yeah, so I see the delay now. I can see on my phone. Okay, I'm just playing around with it. Cool. All right, so we'll stop share there. We'll come back to, like I said, I was trying to share, drop and drag a picture into the chat board, but as of right now, I haven't figured out how to do that on YouTube yet. But you can at least see through the desk share. I can see it now because there's a delay on my end. Okay, so let's get to good morning to Kara. Hi, Kara Fordham. You made it over. Awesome. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new. We've moved from Facebook to YouTube. Today is the Thankful Cafe. It's my after show to Metaphysical Mocha Mondays. And every week it changes, the name changes. Today it's a Thankful Cafe because I'm thankful for all of you, and I'm thankful for all the gifts and the love and the comments and the cards and everything I received for my 50th birthday party. So I am thankful, and that's why I'm calling it out. So Jen T would love a relationship card. So if you're on Jen T, go ahead and put in, let's test this out here. Jen T, if you're still on, go ahead and put an icon into the chat board so I know that you're here. Kathy's saying, thank you for that. And yes, it's not that bad yet. Thank God. Yeah, just pay attention to it, Kathy. Awareness is the greatest agent for change. And a lot of people, pay attention to the external world because it does have a direct impact on your internal world. Lunar cycles, the moon, planetarial. We're 65% water. So if the moon can move the oceans of the planet, it definitely has an effect on us as humans. But Jen T has a thumbs up. Awesome. Love it. Okay, so we're going to interact. We're interacting through the chat board. So we're going to get to Jen T on a relationship card. Again, if anybody wants to come in the Zoom room and just have a chat over a cup of coffee, talk about philosophy, have a question for me, psychic, and I can do it live for you. That link is there. And if any of my moderators want to grab that link and move it down to the chat board, that would help me versus me trying to keep going and grabbing it. And I can grab it pretty easy. I've got it all ready to go, but let me just do that. I'll do it one more time since I'm right here. But if the moderators could do that. And Gabriel, I've made you a moderator if you're still on, my friend. If you want to do it, great. If not, you don't have to accept it. So there it is. It's in the chat board. And Gen T relationship card. All right, relationships. Relationships are always that up and down. They're mirrors to ourselves. Is the relationship good for me? Is the relationship bad for me? I'm going to go with the numerology deck this morning for you, my friend. Moderation. So maybe this relationship needs a little bit of moderation. It is the color green, which is matters of the heart, but it's also the color red and orange, which is that root and base chakra, which is based on sexuality. It's based on finance. It's also based on the physical relationship you have with self and others. But maybe the relationship for you, Gen T, that relationship card. Or if you're feeling anything on that level, thanks bunches. Moderation. So are you in a relationship right now, or are you looking for a relationship? Because manifesting a relationship can be very, very powerful too. So the 14, one is independence, 4 is work in numerology. So in being independent and then putting the work in to manifest. 1 and 4 adds up to 5, which is freedom, love, and adventure from a numerology standpoint. But moderation, start to manifest the relationships, and be very detailed. If you're not in a relationship, be very detailed to what you want this person to look like, be like, their mannerisms, their beliefs. They're not going to meet all of your expectations, because that's the dream guy, if you will. I'm going to add my coffee here because this one's getting a little cold. So I hope that helps, Genty, and thanks for the icon, so I knew that you were still watching. So we've got 17 people on, so that's great. So there's more either people making it over from Facebook to here, or we have new people on. If we have new people on, good morning to you. My name is Marc Lainhart. I'm here in Seattle, Washington. Welcome to the Thankful Cafe. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel Soul Adventures, because this is where we'll be doing more of the live readings. All right. Mary Lou, hi Mary Lou, I see you. I was so bummed, Mary Lou, that I couldn't see this. We did go out. We were playing shuffleboard, just FYI. We were playing shuffleboard in the bar. We stopped at 8:47. We went outside last night, but we could not see Starlink. I think it might have been, now I know you're up in the mountains, so you could probably see a lot better, but for us, there was a lot of lights and we could only see certain stars. It may have been lower on the hemisphere, but I have seen Starlink before, and it is quite fascinating to see all those, satellites going, for about a minute. There's a lot of them. So Colleen says, Mark, I was in amazement at your video on the beach. Never knew the seals just hang out like that. Definitely on my travel list now. Yeah, I mean, the whole point of the trip was to dive, because that area is just phenomenal. They have kelp beds that you can swim in, Colleen, with all and there's sea lions. There's a couple different, I'm not saying it right. There's sea lions. There's sea pups. I'm drawing a blank here, but they swim with you and they come up and they play with you, and they're quite playful. I mean, you let them come up to you, right? Because they can bite you too. They do have teeth, but mostly it's about them just kind of checking you out, the curiosity. The octopus there actually is very interactive. That you can actually put your finger out and your hand, and they'll actually play with your hand and kind of circle around your hand. And yeah, so yeah, the video, but the waves were just too rough for us to get out on a shore dive. When we go back in October, the dive master will have us drop in via boat. In fact, while we were there, there's a lifeguard shack right there. They actually had a live rescue where these 2 young kids with no wetsuits and their little rescue buoy jumped out. One of the swimmers was trying to swim across from where we were to the point. There's and he was in a wetsuit, and he started getting swept into the tide, and the tide was taking him to the rocks. So they actually swam out and got him and brought him back. So we actually saw a rescue right there. But it was kind of just disappointing because we didn't get to do the dives that we wanted to do. But yeah, it's an amazing area. That would be in that area. That cove is in La Jolla. So it's in La Jolla Beach, beautiful area, lots of money. I saw a lot of Bentleys and a lot of Ferraris, just FYI. But the access to those, you can have access right down to the sea lions. And of course, humans being humans, there's a big sign that says, do not approach the sea lions. It is a felony. Do not scare them, especially ones with pups. And there was tourists that were going right down to them and taking selfies and putting their camera right in. You could see the sea lions kind of back away, and some actually came out to protect the pups. And it's clearly stated, do not approach the sea lions. That's why you don't have any video of sea lions that close, because I was at a distance and respecting. But there's just a lack of respect. And it's just, I hate seeing that. I hate seeing trash, on such beautiful beaches. Starbucks coffee cup, plastic in the water. Sorry, coughing today. Okay, let me catch up on your comments here. But I'm glad I can share that perspective with you, Colleen. So Mary Lou is on. Hi, Katie. How are you? Yeah, I figured it out. Chat opened in YouTube. Well, welcome, Katie. As I'm choking to death over here, I'm losing my voice. Geez, what's going on? I need a crystal. Throat chakra. Speak my truth. Speak my truth. Yeah, you have to be signed into YouTube in order to see the chat. If you're on YouTube right now and you're not signed in, you will not see the chat board. You sign into your YouTube. You don't have to have a YouTube channel, but you have to have a YouTube account in order to interact and be part of the chat board. So welcome to Katie. You made it. Nikki's going to show me how to set up the whole stars thing on YouTube. I haven't figured that part out yet. So welcome, Katie. Kara says, can I get a card for the week, please? Yeah. Let's do a thought card for you, Kara. How's a thought card sound for you? I release all criticism. Ooh. So, Cara, what's going on? Where's the criticism? We all have criticism. We have that thing called ego, which is very good at self-sabotage. The thoughts, what are our thoughts coming in? Are our thoughts negative? Are they positive? If it's a negative thought, you're in control and say, I don't want that thought. Waste, shoot it away. But it says, I only give out that which I wish to receive in return. My love and acceptance of others is mirrored to me in every moment. I release all criticism. I release all criticism. So that is for Cara Fordham. Thanks for being here. It works. Yep. Okay. All right. Let me catch up to some of your comments here. And then, so if I'm coming up to your name, again, there's a little bit of delay between Zoom and the YouTube feed on my end. It may be more real time for you. But if you hear your name called out to get a reading, if you just give me a funny icon, there's a ton of objects and icons down below, smiley faces. Gosh, what else is in there? There's a whole ton. Let's go. Is there a crystal ball in here by chance? Let's see if there's a crystal ball. And then I can be like, when I say your name, you can be like, give me the crystal ball, Mark, and we can do a crystal ball reading. Actually, I do have a crystal ball. My mother-in-law got this for me. It's a little world, it's a little planet. Look into the future. Crystal balls. There's many different aspects: numerology, cards, tarot, crystal balls, the palm. I actually have a book right here on my bookshelf. It's an ancient old palm, how to read the palms, because that's Chinese philosophy. It goes back thousands of years, so nothing new. Let's put a crab in here. Okay, so we'll put a crab because I did see a crab when I was down in San Diego. And let's see. All right, Victoria. Hi, Victoria. You made it over. Thankful for the rain today to help me relax. I'd love a color card for the week or whatever you might have for me today. Mark, thank you in advance. You're very welcome. Genty, you're very, very welcome as well. So this is for Victoria, a color card for you. Violet. Create a balanced life. Violet, that purple, create a balanced life. There's a little bit of yellow in here too, which is about creativity. That's the solar plexus area, that belly button area, the psychic area. It's a 4 and a 5, which adds up to 9. So that means completion, but the 4 in numerology means hard work, and 5 means just enjoy what you put in. What you put in, you get out and enjoy it. A lot of people work and then don't enjoy what the fruits of their labor. So 4 is hard work, 5 is freedom, love, adventure, and that adds up to a 9 energy. So there you go. Violet, Violet, Violet. Create a balanced life. A lot of us are unbalanced, which creates, fatigue, depression, anxiety. So you really want to have that balance, good diet, hydration, coffee, good sleep, meditation, qigong, activate your energy, feel your energy. Have my first in-person studio reading here today. First time. I have a gentleman coming at 2 o'clock. We're going to do it in person. Also have 2 events coming up for those that follow my work. You can just go to marklainhart.com and click on the events tab. We have Paul Jacobs coming in a month. He's going to be here for a 4-day workshop in person. That is sold out. Sorry. But we will have a Saturday night demonstration with Paul and I should say with Paul and myself as the opener. Paul will be the main medium up on the platform stage. But if you've never seen a demonstration of mediumship, that will not be broadcast. That will be only in person in Seattle at Tower Memorial Church. Those tickets are still on sale. There's also a bring a friend discount if you want to see, if you're in the Ballard area, Seattle area, north or south of Seattle. It's a great, and you may get a reading from a well-known medium. And then I'm going to be up, we're working on an event for this summer. I'm going to be heading to Canada. So I've been asked to come up to Canada. I might stop over in Vancouver and then head up to Kelowna for a workshop and a dem. So I'm getting asked to come out a little bit more and get away from the online stuff. So if you want to learn, if you want to see events or mentorship or, visit my spiritual development group, just go to marklainhart.com. That's the best way to do it. All right, Claudia, may I have a general card for this week? Thanks a lot. So again, just throw me an icon that you're still on so I know that, I'm not talking to empty air. Misty says coffee isn't hydrating. I know it's a diuretic. I am a healthcare provider, Misty. I do know that, but it's still a necessity for me. But it is a diuretic, I know. I've got a labradorite one. There is a crystal ball. Hey, let me, okay, I like that. Let me grab that. Can I copy and paste it? I'm playing with the chat board here. Copy, paste. Did it work? No. So what's a little, usually if you use a parentheses, is that a C? Did that work? No? Okay. So I'll have to look for it. There's a ton of icons in here. Let's see here. All right. So, but I'm not going to tell you your future, when you're going to die. I'm not going to tell you the winning lottery numbers. I know there's some people out there that work that way. That's not me. That's not what I do. So I'll find it. Because the best part about your future is it comes one day at a time, right? All right, so let me catch back up here. So we got Victoria with her color card. That was that Violet. All right. Claudia Herman may have a general card for the week. So let's do a general card for you. Let's go to the Wisdom of Words deck for you this morning. So this is for Claudia. Oh, no, this is a fun card. So this is a fun card called Knowing Me. And this is by David J. Wolpe. There's a wonderful classic story about the child of a rabbi who used to wander in the woods. At first, his father let him wander, but over time he became concerned. The woods were dangerous. The father did not know what lurked there. He decided to discuss this with the child and said, quote, I have noticed that each day you walk into the woods, I wonder, why do you go there? The boy said to the father, I go there to find God. There's a very good thing, the father replied gently. I'm glad you were searching for God, but my child, don't you know that God is the same everywhere? Yes, the boy answered, but I am not. And end quote. So this card is about knowing me, knowing the God within. I say God within because it's the energy that makes the heart go. It's the divinity, the divine spark. Now, some religions would say, well, God is external and you're now blaspheming because you're talking about God being within. God was created in our image. God created us in his image. Therefore, we are symbiotic. So there is a God within. And that's the energy of the heart is how I've always looked at it. But this card is about evolving. This card is about wonder, ideas, joy, innocence, learning, and whatever God is for you. Because I can't tell you what God is because I don't know. I can tell you, what a book says God is. And there's many different, when I was growing up, I was told that God was a white dude with a beard sitting up on a big golden throne. And that's pretty, as you get older, you realize, really? It's Jesus wasn't a white dude. Jesus was from another part of the world. And is it have to always be a man? Could it not be a woman? Woman brings forth life. I mean, or is there even any sex tied to God? Is God sexless? I don't know. But religion, depending on what you've learned, what you've read, I always kind of have a sense of skepticism with the current Bible, the Western Bible, which is right here in my drawer. It's right here. Everybody knows. I believe in God. There is a God. There is a divinity. I think Jesus Christ was one of the best psychic mediums of all time. So here's my Bible. This Bible is, and this is my the NIV study Bible, but I like to research and learn about scriptures, not only from the Bible, but the Quran. I also have, just so you know, I've also got my Nuevo Testimony. which is Spanish. So the Spanish translation is Esto libro no será vendido, or Nuevo Testamento, Español y Inglés. So from Spanish to English. But learn different books, learn different, the Bible, the Quran, the Gita. Learn different religions because it gives you perspective. And, I'm always a little skeptical because in 325, Constantine did leave out about 45 different texts, books from the Bible that we know today. So, and the only reason we know that is because we're now discovering them and wait a minute, what we're discovering is not matching what's out there. So there'll be more to come. But what I'm saying is, a lot of the religions talk about the God within. And so for you, it's about finding the God within. I'm glad you're searching for God, but my child, don't you know that God is the same everywhere? And yes, the boy answered, and the innocence of the boy, the intuitiveness of the boy to say, yes, but I am not. And God is a perspective based on your personal relationship. Some people don't believe in God, and that's fine too. Atheism, agnostic, proof of God, full believers, you get the whole range. And I've worked with them all. So I hope that helps for you, Claudia, Herman, and thanks for making it over to YouTube. Misty says, oh yeah, and everyone, don't forget to give yourself self-hugs today. Yes, Misty, appreciate that. Self-hugs. Hug and a stretch. Got my new chimes board here for my sound bass. Coffee, breath, life, being alive, having an attitude for gratitude, all the good stuff that's here. All right, so Gabriel, okay, thumbs up for you. Hi, Mark, can I get a N? Can I get an N? What were you trying to say there, Katie? Can I get an N? Not sure what you mean. Phone being a butt. Okay, Mary Lou, that's where I met my girlfriends to swim in La Jolla. Great place. Yeah, that, like I said, there were swimmers there, Mary Lou, and they actually did a rescue. They actually had to get one because he started getting into the big current. It was bumping, it was ripping, and they had to go get him before he went up on the rocks where all the sea lions were. They did a good job. I mean, they were probably in their late teens, early 20s, and very well shot. Both a girl and a guy swam out and got him and pulled him back. Katie says, oops, sorry, card of your choice. Thanks, man. Okay, Katie, no problem. I didn't know what you meant by the end card. I figured it got cut off. Let's go to, I'm going to go to a deck I haven't picked in a while. So this is the Sunray card. So this is about connecting to the sun, getting out into nature, the sunlight, but it's also the sun, the sun ray is also about letting your rays shine out. Don't let somebody, I feel for you, Katie, somebody's been either kind of keeping you down or trying to hold you back, or you're not good enough, or you don't meet their, you don't meet their viewpoint. Let your light shine, my friend. Let, like I said earlier, when I was talking about part of healing, part of the healing process is about setting boundaries. And I knew I started to heal. I'll try to see if I can post it on my Intuitive Prospector page. I don't think I posted it there. I think I posted it on my personal account. But you're starting to heal, or maybe it was on my spiritual development group. I know I posted it somewhere, but it was a great perspective about healing. And one of the things that that you're healing is to let your light shine, the sun ray, but also to set boundaries. When people don't respect your boundaries, then that's usually an indication and awareness that they're clearing space for those who did. So in other words, I set boundaries, and when people didn't respect them, I knew they were clearing space for those who did respect your boundaries. And let your light shine. Don't let anybody hold you back or hold you down. You're good enough. And if people can't see that, then maybe they need to reevaluate. Maybe you need to reevaluate your relationship with them. And it's okay to be misunderstood. So that's what I wanted to tell you today, Katie. Does that make sense? Give me an icon if it makes sense. Since we have all these different icons. Kara says, awesome, my family, you're welcome. Yeah, criticism, right? All right, where are we at here? Yeah, coffee isn't hydrating. Okay, Nicole, did I miss you? Was there something you asked, my friend? Hello, still here? Nicole, did you want to be a moderator on the page? Nicole? Are you going to put the event online? Christina says no. The event will not be online. We're starting to get back to in person. Are you talking about the event that I'm working on for Canada, Christina, or just the event in general? The demonstration with Paul Jacobs and myself will not be online. That will only be at the church. But if people are interested and there's enough interest, I can come to your town. I can come to Texas. I can come if there's enough interest. We can create an event. We can have, we can do a workshop on the study of psychic, which is of the soul, psychic sciences, a journey of mediumship for beginners, a journey of mediumship for the intermediates, how to connect to the spirit world, share with, my journey. And I've studied with some of the best mediums around alive today, from Tony Stockwell, John Holland, Paul Jacobs, Mavis Patilla, Janet Nohavik. I have not, the two that I have not studied with is James Van Prague and John Edwards. Those are two. But I'm also a British trained medium. So I've spent the last decade at Arthur Findlay College in England, learning, studying as a spiritualist. So yeah, if there's interest and people want to start setting up in person, we're getting back to this new normal. And like I said, I'm going to have my first in-person reading here in just a few hours. So I'm looking forward to that. But Christina, unfortunately, it won't be online. So I think people are pretty Zoom fatigued. All right. So, okay. You guys are killing me with the crystal ball. So Christina, can I have a card, please? You bet, my friend. Let me get you. So there's something that you need to allow, because the first card that I was drawn to, or the first deck that I was drawn to you for you, Christina, is the I allow. I allow myself to be abundant in all areas of my life. So there was actually a fountain like this down in San Diego where I was staying at the resort here at the Bahia. And this fountain kind of reminds me of this. But I allow myself to be abundant in all areas of my life. So, just that the fountain of youth, letting that fountain, just let everything flow over and just allow that abundance just to come in. And, even with your business, Christine is the maker of this necklace. Sent it to me for my birthday, this bracelet, just some awesome detailed work. So, even put that abundance and really start to branch out your business, your small business, because I see that really taking off for you, Christina. I do. Missy says crystal ball is an apple emoji thing. Okay. Claudia says that's funny. I love walking into the woods. Yeah, right. So maybe just find that childlike behavior. Just go take a walk in the woods, connect to the trees, be a tree hugger. The symbiotic relationship of trees taking our carbon dioxide while they give us their oxygen that they create for us. There is definitely relationships there. You're welcome, Claudia. That answering the question I currently need to ask myself. Yep. Wow, that card spoke to me. Okay, good. Bump, can you not get tangled up in those kelp beds? You can, but as I've been diving for a long time, I was a rescue swimmer in the Coast Guard. And you have to, to go into those kelp beds, you got to be mindful, right? You got to be always mindful, always respectful of Mother Nature, Kathy. And, there's always that chance. I mean, you could always get in a car and do everything you're supposed to do in a car, seatbelt, drive safe, and still get hit by a drunk driver, right? There's always that element of you never know. But the kelp beds, if you're mindful and you're doing your equipment check, and my buddy that I dive with, Levi, keeping an eye on each other, the dive masters keeping an eye on us. If you take your time and do it right, it can be a very beautiful experience. And I think you're thinking of the kelp beds that are on top. When you drop below the surface, you actually, the kelp beds kind of go down. They're growing like big plants, and you kind of swim down underneath, and it becomes like this umbrella. So it's more not as colluded and not as entangled as you think it is. It looks tangled up on the top because that's the perspective you're seeing. But once you drop down, it's like the movie Avatar. It's a whole different world. It is absolutely fantastic. You got sea lions swimming through, sharks, horn sharks, two horn sharks. So when we see something, because we can't talk, right? We've got a tool where we can bang on our tank, ting, 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 ting. And I usually carry a knife, rescue knife, which has a round object or metal on the back, and I can tink that. And you hear that tink, and then you start looking around, and then we communicate with hand signals. So, if we if we saw an octopus, you could do this. If you did a two-horned shark, you can say, look here. I mean, there's hand signals that you can use to communicate, and it's spectacular. But I can see why you would say, can you get caught up in that? And again, if you get caught up, that's why you have a rescue knife. That's why you have a team. That's why you have people that are trained, cut you out of it if they needed to, and you have tons of oxygen. You got a tank of oxygen, and yeah. Okay, so let's catch up here. So Nikki, did you want to be a moderator on the page? Yes, the event with Paul. Yeah, it's not going to be online. The contingency, Christina, was to broadcast via Zoom for those that have paid, because it's a sold out workshop. That's if Paul could not make it internationally because of international restrictions. But he's purchased his airline tickets. He'll be staying here. In fact, right behind me, he'll be staying on the other side. The guest bedroom's on the other side of this wall. But he'll be here for 4 days. So far, there's no restrictions of him coming. But if there was a last minute emergency, we always want to make sure we err on the side of safety. We could always go to the Zoom, and everybody that paid for their seat would just have to go into the Zoom room for 4 days, which is not as fun as being in person. And we're holding the event at one of the oldest spiritualist churches in Seattle, in the Pacific Northwest, the Tower Memorial Spiritualist Church, built at the turn of the century around the 1900s, Mary Tower. It's changed over time, but they've got a seance room where I'm going to be doing sound baths in the future, meditations, really just a lot of great energy. And it's an older building, but it's a great place to hold a workshop, in my personal opinion, especially when you study in England and you go to some of these churches that have been around, since the 1100s, right? So good stuff. So, but again, I'm open to doing events as we start to move back to this new normal we're in. I'm open to traveling again and coming to your location to teach a workshop, do a dem live. So just let me know. Actually, one of my friends in Florida goes live on the beach every sunrise to greet the new day. Lots of seaweed coming up to the beach. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Lavender is it scrolled up on me. Lavender is a very fitting color and scent. My solar plexus definitely needs some love and attention after my pregnancies. That's my focus for the time, balancing home and body. Good for you, Victoria. Let's do this. I'm going to give you a digital. No, it's not the same. It's kind of like, right, it's like doing a Zoom workshop, right? It's just not the same as an in-person experience, right? But we do have that option now. So I'm going to give you, since you love lavender, I'm going to give you a squirt of lavender. This is my own lavender called Lavender Love. It sells locally here in the stores, believe it or not. So I'm just going to give you a spray. So I want you to take a nice deep breath. Just breathe in that lavender love. I make it, personally make it. And it's funny because I made it for my hikes. I had no intention. This was never something to just sell. This was something I take on my hikes because lavender repels bugs. Bugs don't like lavender usually. And so I would spray it, and then people would be like, where did you get that? Because I don't like the chemicals of off spray and putting that. This is all natural. This is organic lavender, sweet orange essential oils, glycerin, which is kosher, and vapor distilled water. That's all it is. And it sells locally in 2 stores, and I've shipped a couple bottles out. I don't think Lisa's on today, but I'm supposed to send her. I know, Misty, you've gotten a couple. You want to give your feedback and your thoughts on this? I know I've sent you a couple bottles. If you want me to send you a couple bottles, just let me know and I can ship them out. They sell in the store. I think they're selling for $15 in the store, and I would just sell it, plus postage. So, but just thought I'd just give you a little bit of a lavender love, since you love lavender, Victoria. You're welcome, Christina. Do sharks cuddle? Usually no, they're pretty skittish, Misty. They actually, when you swim towards them, the biggest shark that I've swam with is in Cabo, was with an 8-foot bull shark. They kind of circle. They're very majestic. They're very smooth. They just go. But if you get close and they get spooked, they'll take off. But sometimes they will come up to you and you just push their nose away. I can't say I've had any encounters with a great white or anything that big. When I was in the Coast Guard down in Oahu, we had a white shark appearance when I was in the water as a rescue swimmer, and there was a white shark that appeared that was trying to get the sea lions off of the pier there, off the cove. There's a jetty that goes out, and the helicopter thought it was a boat that sank, so they reported, oh, we've got a boat. And when they lowered down with the helo, they're like, wait a minute, no, that's a shark. That's a white shark. It wasn't a great white, but it was a white shark, and it was probably about 14 foot. Boy, we hightailed it because we were right on the other side of the jetty. I don't think I've ever moved so fast to get out of the water. So, but yeah, usually they're prospecting sharks. They'll come check you out, and you just, you're in their world, you respect, but no, they don't cuddle. But you're cracking me up too, right? Like, Colleen. All right. So let's see here. Any other questions? Misty says, I'm running low on Lavender Love. I sometimes spray it also when out and about and secretly spray others down Portland, right? Hi, Terry T. Oh, yeah, I said Christina, because Christina's one of my Patreon prospectors. If you join, you get a swag bag if you do the right membership. And so I just sent a bottle to Christina, and she said, it is awesome. So thank you for that feedback. Okay, so anybody else want to come to the Zoom room and have a chat, get a reading? That I'll leave that open for one more minute. I've got to get ready for my 12:30 reading, and then I've got a 2 o'clock reading, and then I have a 4 o'clock reading. So I have 3 readings today now that I'm back at it. And my first in-person at 2 o'clock. So I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, make sure to subscribe to the video if you're new to the channel. I don't have a lot of followers on the channel. There's 430 some, but I will be doing more on YouTube versus Facebook. Nikki, if you can let me know how to figure out how to do the stars and the send donation stuff, that would be awesome. Let's see. Terry T says, Mark, had a reading with you last year. You told me I'd be searching for love, and I was skeptical at the time. And guess what? I'm searching for love right now. And there's that, just giving you a feedback. Okay. So yeah, I think Terry T, I know the skepticism, the self-sabotage, timing is right. There has to be the right place, the right time for you to accept and to be open. And I think when you're skeptical or fear or doubt, that closes you down to be, because we've all had our hearts broken, right? We've all had heart loss, heartache, and, just keep going, manifest that love that you want. And, if that's what I said, I'll own it. If I said you're searching for the love, and you're now open to that, I have no doubt that you'll receive that. And, also don't forget, it's not just love for another person, Terry T, it's love for yourself. And it could also be a relationship with love in a different way that could be more platonic. It could be an animal, could be a fur baby. Love is love. So really define, and I know what you're saying, love of your life, for more of a relationship with a person. I get that, but just don't discount the love that comes in different ways and different, opportunities, from a fur baby to self-love, to friends who love you, to family that loves you, et cetera, et cetera. So, all right, so let's see here. Victoria, you're welcome. I truly appreciate it. That sounds amazing. You're welcome. Okay, so I think I've caught up to everybody. So if there's any other feedback or questions, or if I missed you, bump with your question, and then we'll call it a day, because I need to eat some breakfast. I need to get ready for my 12:30, working for Spirit. Any other questions? So again, thank you for coming into the Thankful Cafe today. This is the after show to Metaphysical Mocha Mondays over on the Intuitive Prospector page on Facebook. So make sure to subscribe over there. Make sure to subscribe here, because I will be doing more readings over here on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Soul Adventures. If you're new, nice to meet you. My name's Mark. I'm here in Seattle, Washington. We're just having a cup of coffee. There is a Zoom link in the chat board. If you're not seeing the chat board, you have to sign into YouTube, because if you're just watching the video without signing in, you won't see the chat comments, and I don't see them either. So you don't have to have a channel, but you do have to sign in. So if you want to sign in and post a comment in the chat board, I will see it. I will respond to it. I will interact with you live, or you can come in the Zoom room and we can chat, phone, video, what have you. So you're welcome, Terry. Claudia, you as well. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for making it over to the YouTube side. Like I said, we'll take this slowly. Misty, thanks for coming in. Much love and light to all of you as well. I think I got to everybody. Thanks to my new moderators. Nikki, if you're still on, let me know if you want to be a moderator so I can trigger that right now. And then show me if we get some time this week, Nikki, if you could show me how to set up, or if anybody else knows how to set up kind of what I had set up over on the prospecting page on Facebook, star senders, or more interactions on the YouTube video, that would be fantastic. So I'm not seeing anything else coming in. Thanks to the moderators, Colleen, Reg, Gabriel. Appreciate all of you, and we'll get ready for readings. So I don't see anything else coming in. And I don't know, is it more real time for everybody watching, or is there a delay? On my end with both videos up on, I have Zoom video window, YouTube video. There's about a 60-second delay between the two. Hi, Zira. Good to see you. You have a wonderful week as well. So is it real time, y'all, or is there a delay on your end? Christina says, can you draw a card for my daughter's 24th birthday today? Well, first and foremost, happy birthday. My niece's birthday today as well, so I just wished her a happy birthday. So of course I could draw a card. Let's go with an affirmation for her on her 24th birthday. So the card I picked today is spontaneity. So we're going to start with a jackrabbit on a unicorn in front of a rainbow. Why not? That's just fun. But spontaneity says this: do you like spontaneous adventures of the highest caliber? The only acceptable answer to this question is a big yes. So buckle up, Charlie. You're about to take a wild ride through the unexplored, unconventional, and underrated. You're about to learn that yes is the magic word with the power to unlock new dimensions in space, time, and after-hour hangouts. Yes will lead you to experiences you don't think possible and teach you that lifelong friendships and sometimes lurking just beyond a karaoke singer's mullet. That's a fun card. And it says there's a pretty good chance your name is not Charlie. So spontaneity today for your birthday. So for your birthday, say yes. Don't say no. Even if you're uncomfortable or fearful or not sure you can do it, say yes. When I've said yes, some of the most amazing things have happened. This trip is a prime example, saying, just talking to strangers, new locations, and saying yes, because I can say no, I don't want to engage in that conversation. But when I say yes, I learn a whole bunch of amazing things. I meet new people. Sometimes it's BS, but at the same time, it's all good. So happy birthday to you. And it's real time. Okay, thank you for that, Terry. I appreciate you. It's real time. Thanks, Zara. Have a blessed week, everyone. So Zara, we'll finish up with you. Hi, Mark. May I please get any card of your choice? Yeah, let's go with, for you, let's do a crystal card for you, Zara. Thanks for making it over. Thanks for watching today. Today is citrine. This is a powerful power stone. Manifest your masterpiece. Whenever you set your intentions, placing citrine in your pocket each morning makes an energetic statement like, greatness is out there and I'm coming for it. I'm going to come get it. Citrine. I love citrine. I have some right here in front of me. It's time to really get on your grind and start creating the tomorrow of your dreams today. So that is for you, Zara. Get that citrine and get your dreams going today. All right, y'all. Oh, what happened? One of my stones just fell. What fell? Oh, this fell. Where was that? Okay. I'll go with it. All right. So have a great week, everybody. Thanks again to my moderators, Colleen, Reg, and Gabriel. I don't see Nikki coming up, so she must have dropped off. So we'll try this again next week on YouTube. I appreciate all of you, and have a great rest of your week. Thanks for hanging out with me here in the Thankful Cafe, and I am thankful for all of you. So be kind, be caring, be compassionate, and most importantly, dare to dream, dare to explore, dare to live, and discover that diamond within. I'll see you next time, and appreciate you and thankful for all of you. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.
One planet, 7.3 billion people, only one you. Life offers us many opportunities and learning experiences. Are you ready to explore and discover this beautiful planet, the life and energy all around us, the spiritual world, and what is unseen, along with your own personal soul adventure? Marc Lainhart, the intuitive prospector, is the spiritual connection you have been prospecting for. Internationally known as a tested and professional clairvoyant medium and spiritual advisor, Marc's work as a metaphysical teacher, medical instructor, radio show host, inspirational writer, and hiking guide are here to help you on a journey of self-discovery, healing, inspiration, education, and a whole lot of spiritual awesomeness. Dare to dream. Dare to explore. Dare to live. For more information on Marc's spiritual practice in Seattle, Washington, please visit marclainhart.com or internet search The Intuitive Prospector.